Some people are already panicking that X-Men will fail before it begins, but I still have a lot of reason for confidence that at least the basic framework is pretty strong. Now, there have been many glowing reviews, but we have to be careful about two things. One is that people chosen for reviews, it could be political decisions. We have to be honest, they could be selecting people who they know they can, quote, trust to do what they want them to do. That is a fact. Another problem is, of course, even if this praise is correct, and I have no reason to disbelieve it, this covers the first 3 episodes. You have to be careful, but the praise is fairly consistent and it is pretty high.
Mama. Aaron writes, X-Men is absolutely astounding. I'm floored by how much love this show has for the entire idea of the X-Men. I could not be happier. POC wrote, I got to see 3 episodes of X-Men 97 and it is nostalgia handled perfectly. The action and use of powers are...
Again, if these people are telling the truth, then the first 3 episodes will be very well done. Will that mean the entire season is well done? Maybe, maybe not. There could be still reasons for doubts. However, I am somewhat puzzled that the main issue a lot of people have is the alleged wokeness of the X-Men coming back and that it will be ruined by diversity, certain casting, so on and so forth, etc., etc. There are reasons to be disappointed that they weren't able to get all the voice actors. They got a lot of them. Some of the ones I wanted the most were gained, like Beast, Mr. Sinister, so on and so forth. They got a lot of the, quote, biggest and best people. Rogue. So there's a lot of return of the classic people. However, there are parts missing. Yet, if your issue is the woke, will they have, quote, too many black people, this or that? Well, it's always amusing, especially if you're not a hardcore X-Men fan, to think this is all myth or made up. But no, a lot of good research is that it was always intended that the X-Men would have social messages. Whether they were directly about civil rights, maybe, maybe not, but they are always put there to have a social message from the very beginning. And beyond that, with the X-Men animated series proper, that's not disputable. One of the main people behind it is Larry. Larry's a black man. In fact, he was one of the first black animators to really have huge success in the industry. So it's kind of a little bizarre to say that, quote, the wokeness or whatever factor was not there. Clearly it was. Good or bad, Larry was a hardcore fan and he kept that element in the series. I think for the first couple seasons, there was no problem, but in the later seasons, I think they had a lot of problems integrating because, again, the X-Men have so many stories. So trying to pick and choose and integrate them all was going to be overwhelming. I think, again, for the first 3 seasons, excellent. You can have many issues, but I think overall they did an incredible job to stay faithful to the main core themes. But yes, you'd say by the final seasons they drifted. Well, X-Men 97 kind of redeemed the shaky ending of the 1990 series? Maybe, maybe not, but there's nothing here that spiritually violates what happened before. Again, maybe they could tone down this or that aspect, I agree. However, the idea that this is a brand new violation of the X-Men mythos, again, the evidence for that is very, very lacking.